Hi, everybody. This is Gus here for the last vlog. It's the Be a Guest portion of the Global Learning Project, and it is for extra credit. And before I start talking about kind of the interaction we had, I wanted to thank you, Professor Wong, for your awesome feedback and everything this semester. It has been a pleasure to take your class, and I really appreciate you being patient with me. I know I showed up a couple late there, a couple days, maybe missed a couple classes. I apologize about that, but I appreciate you being a good sport about it and being understanding about it. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful summer. To get to the interaction, you're gonna laugh. It's kind of boring. He chose it. He chose that he wanted to do it at his house, and I was fine with that, just simply because it was kind of on short notice, and he was most comfortable with that option. So I thought that was appropriate. In talking or in leading up to the event, some thoughts, feelings, and concerns. I definitely felt a little nervous at first, just because Hang and I don't know each other super, super well. Like, we've had a couple conversations and we had a class together, but I think it's always interesting just kind of walking into someone else's apartment for the first time, them being, members of a different culture, and it's just kind of interesting. So I think there's a little nerves leading up to that, but when I got there, he was very comfortable. He was gracious to show me his home. While we were there, we played Overwatch, which I don't know if you have heard of it. It's a video game. It's kind of like a first-person shooter with teams. It's very competitive, and he was playing that. I have a friend that plays it. I don't really play it very much, but my friend plays it, and I watch him sometimes. Excuse me. I watch him sometimes, and that's what we did. He kind of just played, and we talked, and I watched, and that was just what he liked to do. So I was fine with that, because if he was happy, I was happy there, and I think that's important. During the event, I was absolutely relaxed and comfortable. When we were talking, we talked about finding jobs after college. It was kind of funny. He actually just kind of spilled the beans after we were talking about it. He actually already had a job in Grand Rapids, working for some research company or something. I wasn't 100% sure what he said, but it was just funny. We were laughing about it, especially just because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a job yet, and I'm going back home to Texas. So we were just kind of laughing about it. He was proactive with getting all this stuff together, and I wasn't as much, but it'll work out. Just some my insights of kind of what I learned. It's similar to last time, but just how similar Hang and I are, even though he comes from a country with a long history of culture, whereas I come from a country with a short history of culture. I think that's really interesting how both of us can be so similar, but how we can come from such culturally different backgrounds. Something I wanted else to say about just the whole project in general, just kind of what I've learned, is that when it comes to talking with anybody, it doesn't matter if they're a different culture, your culture, black, white, female, male, it doesn't matter. I think the number one thing to keep in mind is to stay open-minded. And I think that's what I've really learned from this, is to just stay open-minded when talking with people, because you never judge a book by its cover, right? I mean, you want to get the content. So it's okay, well, maybe it's easy. I mean, it's best to, talk to everybody so you can get the most culturally relevant practices out of those situations. I just think that's important. I think that's something I wanted to share. Just something that I've learned in general. It's been a great project, and I've learned a heck of a lot from it, and I appreciate you again, Dr. Wong, and thank you very much, and everybody have a great day.